Hey guys, it's Cyrus of Chaos. I'm here with Maxime Pianfetti, and today we're going to be talking about his career, his amazing result at World Championships, and just, talking about him. So, Max, if you want to introduce yourself, go ahead, and then I will start asking you some questions. So,
Hello, my name is Maxime. I practice fencing. I'm French and I'm 23 years old. I started to fence when I was like 5 years old in a little city in France. And now I train in Insep with more or less all of the French team. We missed some because there is now the academia in Orléans, but I trained there.
nice. That's awesome. So, for those of you who don't know him, Maxime was a top cadet fencer and then a top junior fencer in France. He won European Championships in 2017, right?
18.
2018.
Yeah, 18.
2018. Okay. And you've recently started to do really, really well in seniors as well, with a top 8 this year, a top 16 in zonals, and then second at World Championships, which was amazing. So I guess let's start with how you got into fencing. Like, what made you love the sport? What made you want to be competitive at the high level? Tell us about how it started.
Okay, so as I said, I started to fence when I was 5. I didn't really know what sport was I going to do. But my mother told me, let's try fencing because in my city in the south of France, there is a good fencing club. So I start and I never stop.
Mm,
And then in when I was like 15, 14, I went in the French cadet and junior training camp, but for every day of the year. But this was in Tarbes, in the same city where I started to fence. So there is not very any
big change.
changement.
Hmm.
Yeah, nothing because it was the same place. The night I slept at home, not like some of cadets coming around all the France.
Hmm. So that's good. It was not a big change. It was like easy, and then you found you really
Yeah.
liked it.
Yeah, and I fenced in this in Tarbes until 2018
Okay.
uh, when I went in junior second years. At the end of my second year of junior, I went in Paris with the French team. In 2018, all the French team was, without any exception, in Paris.
Hmm.
So I was in the French group and I practice every day with them.
Awesome. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Um, so what was your inspiration to become a really good fencer? Was there another fencer that you looked up to, or was it something
Yeah.
else?
In fencing, I am very passionate about fencing
Hmm.
since I'm a kid. When I was like 8 years old, my favorite fencer was Lopez, coming from my club.
Me too.
Yeah, yeah, because he was from my club. And so, in the club, Lopez was the goal to be in fencing
Yeah.
because he was the last Olympic medalist holder. And there was also Tuya,
Yes.
Damien Tuya.
Yes.
Yeah. But he comes also from Tarbes in my club.
Oh wow.
And then, yes, this city was a very inspiring city for fencing.
Inspirational city for fencing.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's good. It's fine. That's awesome. I remember I started fencing in 2006 and I watched the Olympics in 2008 and Lopez was just amazing. Like
Yeah,
it was so cool watching the way that he set up his defensive actions. And my first coach told me that in order to set up counterattacks, you need to make people miss a bunch of times or parry them, and then they'll start holding, and then you can start counterattacking them.
Yeah.
But he did something so different. He started counterattacking people immediately, and he used his counterattacks to set up other counterattacks.
Yeah.
Which to me was like, it was so like backwards of the way that I was told you had to do it. And he was the first person that I really wanted to watch a lot and try to figure out like, why does that work? Why does that work when everyone says you're supposed to do the other thing? And I don't know, it was just really cool to watch him and like learn about that. And that's what made me really excited to fence better, was Nicolas Lopez.
Yeah.
So
Now
that's really
he's
cool.
my coach. You know, in France, there is all the World Cup and senior competitions, international, but we also have a national circuit.
Circuit.
Yeah, where you know, this weekend, for example, we go in the south of Paris, and all the French fencers will come to fence for a national competition. And my club coach now is Nico Lopez. Yeah.
Oh, very, very cool. Tell him I said hello.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So Lopez is your coach right now, and you said you were training at Insep. Can you tell us more about what training at Insep is like? And oh wait, and didn't Onstedt become the coach recently there?
Yeah, last year on September 2021,
Okay.
Onstedt takes the head of Insep.
All right, very cool. Yeah, so talk about what it's like training at Insep and how Onstedt has had an effect on the program.
So first, we have two coaches here. We have Vincent Onstedt and Pierre Mion, and the principal. I don't know how to say the
main coach
here.
Head coach.
Yes, the first head coach is Vincent, and the second one is Pierre.
Okay.
Pierre Mion. Maybe you know.
I don't think so.
Okay.
If I saw his face, probably, but I don't know the name.
Yeah, but so here we have to train with both of them. For example, every week we have something like 2 lessons, and we take one with Pierre and one with Vincent. We have more opportunity to take things by 2 points of view, which are not always the same, but which can, you know,
yeah, you can get something out of each one of them.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to find words because I'm not very, very good in English. But,
no, your English is fine, and don't worry, you're doing great.
Okay. So typical week of training here is 2 lessons a week. Twice or 3 times we have physical preparation, and 2 or 3 times a week we have match fighting against guys which train with us. So every half of a day we have to train. Sometimes it's very hard, you know, when we wake up after 3 days of training, it's not a training camp, it's only training, you know. And sometimes it's hard to wake up, to go to eat. You must fence, put your clothes, which are sweating.
Oh yeah,
sweating on the clothes day after day. It's yeah, sometimes it's very hard, but we have a very good group. We are I think 12 in the French group of Insep, and everyone want the best for his neighbor. So it's very, very cool.
That's awesome. It's nice to be in like a little tight group that you guys are all friends with, and you're all pushing each other to be better. So
that's right.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So you said you had a tournament this weekend. How does your training change before a tournament? Like, how do you get prepared for an upcoming tournament?
For this tournament, we are not really ready because
Okay.
in in Insep, we both of the coaches decided to train, but only physical until half of September.
Okay.
So for now, we just did one match afternoon.
Hmm.
And so we didn't practice a lot fencing, but the first goal for the to be ready is the first World Cup in Algiers.
Gotcha. So the World Cups are
Yeah,
obviously more important than national stuff, and that's the focus of
yeah.
your training.
National is like for us. This one is more a training camp. This national competition is not selective for World Cups for anyone.
Ah, okay.
This one is not. All of the others are, but this one no. So it's just like a training. And
Hmm.
all the next week we will be in Germany, Dormagen, maybe you
Hmm.
know,
I do.
with all of the German Spencer. I think I don't really know, but if we go, I think so.
Yeah,
And we will train with them 1 week next week.
that's awesome. When you fence in competitions, do you like individual fencing or team fencing better?
Hmm. I don't have a lot of experience in senior with team. I only practiced 3 times in Madrid, in Europeans, and in Worlds. But the team spirit is something we enjoy in France. Everyone is friend with the other.
Hmm.
So yeah, I so much enjoy team events. But we train every day. It's our body who has pain.
Yep.
So
Pays.
who paints. So individual competition is for me a little better. But you know, if we go to Olympics, we must qualify the French team,
Mhm.
and so we must train together, even if a, a part of the French group train in Orléans. We have a good relationships,
Yeah,
and so yeah, we enjoy both.
good. Okay, that's good. So recently you started doing a lot better at the senior level than you had been doing the last couple years. Did something change for you that made that happen? Or was it just kind of like getting more experience, or was it something else?
I think there is both of what you say, because first I find something to train. You know, when I go to the place where I train, now I'm 100% focused on how can I progress in fencing? What must I do? Sometimes, if I need to to work during matches and lose these matches in training, I don't really care because I want to work, and that's a very big difference between last years. I did not understand very good that training to lose is sometimes can be a very good thing.
Hmm. That's something I'm trying to get my students to understand as
Yeah,
well, because they just want to win every bout in practice. But
yeah,
sometimes if you want to practice something, it makes more sense to just really focus on that. And if you have to lose, like you're not losing on purpose, but if you lose because
yeah,
of that, it can still be very productive. So so
yeah. We have a team here in Insep with a lot of fencers who are a little nervous, you know.
mhm.
So sometimes we really don't want to lose, even if there is nothing to win.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, we try to work on our mental to progress on that.